Hello, everybody, and welcome back to OCC Championship Division Match Day 7. We are going to be having Pybot, Golden Hope's Legacy Lizardman team, facing off against HLiNiC and his bunch of gamers, Shambling Undead. And it's going to be a very interesting match. I think the teams overall are fairly evenly matched. I think Pybot probably has a slight advantage, but this is, because it's match day 7, I don't think draw is gonna satisfy either coach here. I think they both should be aiming for the win if they wanna aim for the win of the division, because it is actually in grasp for both of them still. So that I'm expecting it to be, compared to perhaps like the earlier games in the season, I'm expecting both coaches to go probably more aggressive than they would like at the start. So hopefully that means that it's going to be an interesting game of level. Let's check if they're live. Not yet. They should be going live any minute now. So let's take a look at HLiNiC's bunch of gamers while we're waiting. So block guard, mummy. Extremely good. 0 SPP white. Not great. White with Mighty Blow, Tackle, Pro, Guard, and 14 SPP. Brilliant, I would say. Again, the Pro is a... whatever. Ghoul, Wrestle Tackle. Alright, just needs Strip Ball. Block Ghoul. Wrestle on an injured skeleton lineman. Dirty Player on a zombie lineman with 10 SPP. Zombie lineman with Pro Tackle. Dauntless Zombie. One of them has a niggle, the other one doesn't. And then 0 SPP. 0 SPP zombies. 3 rerolls. As I said, like, solid team. Solid undead team. Like, the white over here, who is the second, so I assume the previous one has died, which is the reason that he has 0 SPP and no skills. So that's a little unfortunate. I mean, he doesn't have a super ghoul on his team, but I don't think a super ghoul is exactly a necessary thing for an undead team. Like, it would be nice to have a ghoul that gets like sure hands and then movement. Like, that would be a ghoul that I would want to develop one of these two into, but just having like block on the ghouls already makes them, like, they're already starting out decent players, and with the block definitely makes them even better. Wrestle Tackle, always good to have at least one ghoul that's good at like sacking the ball, which is why the strip ball's there. But yeah, the mummies are definitely, I think, these are the two. I would argue. Well, I mean, Shroud is the actually developed blitzer is the star of the team, but I would argue that these are the core of the team here. Like, block guard on both mummies is just an excellent thing to have on your team. Right, let's check, have they gone live? They have not yet gone live, so let's take a look at Pybot's Golden Hope's Legacy. He did get a little bit trashed in an earlier game this season, but I think he's pretty much recovered from it. So Croxigore still doesn't have any SPP, doesn't have any skills on him either, which is a shame. He's got Sara's Blocker with Block, Mighty Blow, Tackle, Guard, and 14 SPP. He could random a skill, but I doubt he will. What is his next one? Stand Firm, I guess? Like, would be, like... I think it's either Stand Firm or Break Tackle. Like, the only reason that I'm thinking Break Tackle is because, like, he seems to be the main blitzer with the Mighty Blow Tackle on him, so Break Tackle's probably better than the Stand Firm overall, but, like, then Stand Firm makes him overall, I think, more annoying. I don't know. I'd probably go for Break Tackle. I mean, Juggernaut, I don't think is, like... There's not that much Fend, and there's not that much Stand Firm out there, to justify Juggernaut, I don't think. So yeah, I'd probably go Break Tackle here, but we'll see. We'll see how it develops. 2 Saurus blockers with Block and Guard. Good, decent. And then he's got 3 stars with just block. He does have one that's been niggled. I mean, I personally would have rotated him out, considering he's got the cash to do it, but on the flip side, he's also, like, that's from a team development perspective, and he's in championships, so just keeping him around until the end of championship, like this season of championship at the very least, is like, yeah, okay, seems reasonable. Just, like, he's still a very solid player, no doubt about that, but the niggle is one of those things that just kind of gets in the way of what he's supposed to be doing quite a bit. Skink Runner, Kick Wrestle, useful. Skink Runner, Movement Sure Hands, absolutely brilliant. 14 SPP on him as well. I wonder if he's gonna go block or maybe sprint? Sure Feet? Question mark? Something like that. Sidestep. Sidestep. Why would he not go for sidestep on this guy, right? He's got a Movement Buster Skink. I have a feeling that he's gonna get rotated out. And then he's got two Skinks here. 9 SPP on Brass. 9 should be enough for him to, like, he could, like, I believe Pybot has said that he's gonna, like, random in general for the Skinks, so he could definitely do that with Brass. But both very solid teams, so again, expecting a pretty decently, like, equal fight here. Right, let's check. Did either of them get any real inducements? Golden Hope's Legacy got an assistant coach. That about covers it. And it is the Undead are receiving. The Undead are receiving. Golden Hope's Legacy going for the what I would call the standard, I guess, formation. A slightly less standard now, but yeah, this is probably better overall. And then the standard sort of just right behind the line of scrimmage there, just keeping that one square, and fairly central so that they can reach all over the pitch. Right. I'm gonna assume that he's gonna swing in the other Dauntless Zombie as well. Like, there's probably a worse player on the field. Maybe. I mean, yeah, probably should have the Dauntless guy without. Honestly, not sure if the Skeleton Lineman with Wrestle should stick around. Yeah, I mean, like, Wrestle is just such a good skill, though, to have. So, yeah, I'd just essentially shuffle off the. Oh, surely the Wrestle Tackle Ghoul is gonna stay on the pitch. Like, there are skinks to be hit. Surely he's gonna stay on the pitch. Like, if you're gonna rotate out a ghoul, surely it's one of the block ones. Surely this guy needs to be way farther forward. Yeah, there we go. No, it is looking like that the Wrestle Tackle Ghoul is gonna stay on the sideline. Definitely don't agree with that choice. Why would he do that? Does he? Yep. He stays on the sideline. Like, the only thing that I can think of as to why he would keep him on the sideline in this particular. Oh, the zombie lineman catches the kick. Oh, okay, sure. But the only reason that I can think of to keep Puppy here, like on the sideline, is because he wants to make sure that he has a tackle player available for next drive, just in case something happens to, like, the White Blitzer. And I mean, I get, like, with the White Blitzer, you know, he is going to be doing the main blitzing against the Skinks anyway with this guy. So maybe he feels that he doesn't need the ghoul for that purpose, and therefore thinks that it's not that great. Takes down a Saurus blocker, manages to stun him, takes down the Croxigore, no damage on him. We'll get a easy 2-die on the Saurus blocker there as well. Brought the zombie lineman, didn't actually pass the ball anywhere, just brought the zombie lineman to the center. Still holding on to the ball. Slightly surprised by that, but he's got all the time in the world, I think, to go for a handoff. Moves the Dauntless Zombie into contact with the Saurus blocker. The Wrestle Skeleton moves in contact with the Saurus blocker. I'm going to assume it's going to be this white who's going to go for the swing. Because, you know, Mighty Blow. But yeah, no, I just... Like, at what point... Like, I cannot, myself at least. Kind of weird, honestly, that he moved those before he did this block, because he could have just as easily, like, try hard could have been that assist rather than this guy. And then now that this happens, he doesn't get another 2-die here. So yes, slightly questionable movements from HLiNiC, I feel, but we'll see if that pans out well for him. But yeah, like I could not justify leaving Wrestle Tackle on the sideline when I'm facing off against Lizardman. But we shall see. Goes for the blitz. Fails to pro. Only gets a push. Does not, in fact, follow that up. And moves back to guard to safety with the white. I mean, this is by... Okay, so he's not going for a foul yet. He's not going for a foul now. Moves the Dauntless Zombie lineman over there. Moves the Ghoul, Block Ghoul over there. Okay. I would call this a slightly anemic turn for HLiNiC. I think that's a fairly apt description of how that particular turn went. But we're over to Pybot. Picks up the Croxigore, no problem. Going after the Ghoul seems entirely reasonable. Has to make 2 GFIs to do it, but alas, he does in fact manage it. Does not manage to actually take him down, but manages to push his way next to the ball carrier. Doesn't even need a GFI to get another Saurus next to the ball carrier. And that's honestly that's slightly awkward. Well, I would argue more than slightly awkward for HLiNiC. I think what HLiNiC needs to probably do here is yeah, like that's more than slightly awkward, I think, because like even the handoff isn't great because the only person that he can hand off without somebody moving first is this zombie, and that's not a great target for it. I can definitely see HLiNiC just like moving this Ghoul Runner over here and then handing the ball over to him, but then that means that he really needs to blitz this Saurus blocker afterwards and also clear out this Saurus, which Pybot is doing his level best to not allow. Which makes sense. He's committing heavily here. Because, like, this is putting a lot of pressure on the undead. And if this actually works out for Pybot, he's gonna be, like, in the sense that, like, they get, like, catastrophic, like, that's the thing, like, both of the mummies are also just tagged by, like, Saurus, like, and this white isn't gonna be punching that Saurus, so... And this guy's next to the Croxigore. Does he really? I mean, he can just bring in this guy, and then that's yeah. I mean, he can free up Lyric over here easy enough. But okay, Pybot is just going ham with the marking of players here. And then he brings the Wrestle Kick guy over. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that makes it more difficult, because I was just saying that, like, oh, he can just, like, bring in the skeleton for an assist, and then he'll have an easy 2-die there, but, yeah, that makes it slightly more awkward. Probably more than slightly awkward, but, yeah, I think he still probably needs to, yeah, this is a actually a very difficult situation that HLiNiC already finds himself in. I mean, he could go for just, you know, I'll just do the 4+ dodge, and I have a reroll for it. What could go wrong? But yeah, that's why I was very surprised that he didn't actually, like, try to, like, give the handoff already to a ghoul when he moved the zombie lineman here. I think that was, like, literally the first move that he did. Okay, he does not, in fact, free that. Goes for a block on the Croxy. Manages to take him down. Follows that up. Gets a stun on the Croxy, which is nice. Dauntless guy will have a 2-die on that on the skink. He did free up this Dauntless guy, but yep, has to bring in the guard here so that the Dauntless has an actual chance of even pushing this guy off. But he definitely he wants to take him down, because if he only gets a push, then getting rid of this guy. Oh, he brings the ghoul in. Okay. Oh, so that's what he's doing. Interesting. He definitely needs to take down Golden Runner here. Oh, that's a very interesting. Okay, has to use a team reroll. Does manage to take down the Saurus. I assume he now punts him into the zombie, so that the zombie can get away. Like, I think that's the play. You punt him into the zombie. Zombie gets away. This guy, because he blitzed, he moves him like here. Huh? Okay. Instead of doing that, he'll get a hit on this Saurus with the mummy, I guess. But I still assume that he's gonna move, like, this ghoul runner is gonna move over here, and then this zombie is gonna move, like, over there, and he's gonna do the handoff. I really think that you should be concentrating on the handoff before you go for any additional block. Oh, never mind. He's still in contact here. So hopefully he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't really have. I mean, that's an easy 2-die, but yeah, that's so relevant. But hopefully he doesn't lose himself in the sauce. Which, genuinely though, I don't think that's a good. That was a good move by HLiNiC. I think it was just better to pop the zombie out. Like, he went down, popped the zombie out, that way he's free, and then this mummy can instead, like, take a punt at this Saurus blocker. Yep, moves into position, goes for the handoff, makes the catch, no trouble. But yeah, like, I think Admiral Bulldog is now in a worse position than where he was previously. Gets a pow on the skink there with the zombie. Doesn't follow up. Interesting. Is he gonna go for a foul? I'll take that as a no. That's a okay. Yeah, I don't really agree with it worked out well enough for HLiNiC, but I don't really agree with how HLiNiC played that particular turn. Like, I would have definitely done it differently. Goes for the block on the rookie white. Only manages to get a push, but does get the guard next to the mummy. The mummy gets punched in the face. Rookie white also gets punched in the face and goes down, which clears those two and gets himself next to the zombie, which is sure. No armor break on the undead. And then what? goes for a blitz on the better white, and does manage to take him down. Gets a stun on him, which not what he was aiming for, but probably he feels all right about that one. Gets himself next to the ghoul runner there. Now the interesting question is, what is he gonna do with these? I think he should probably rotate them out like so. I was honestly thinking that he would bring these two skinks like to assist here, which would allow him to go for a 2-die here and get next to the ball carrier and disentangle himself from the mummy there. But he's in fact doing the opposite of getting in the way of HLiNiC, and he is bringing these skinks to the left here. And then he brings the Saurus blocker forward. I mean, I guess he brought the Saurus blocker forward, so the skinks are safe. And then he develops the skinks towards the enemy end zone and behind the cage. I am confused. I will gladly admit that I am more than slightly confused by this. But yeah, undead turn 3. Picks up the rookie white. I mean, it kind of seems obvious as to what HLiNiC should be doing here, which is developing his position forward. But he's taking a long time when thinking about that. Okay, definitely not the blitz that I was expecting. So blitzes the Saurus blocker with block there, manages to take him down. Where does he push him now? I'm gonna onto the mummy, I guess. They push him onto the mummy and then push the mummy like over there, I guess. Nope. Okay, he pushes him into the Saurus blocker there, and then that's the Saurus blocker away, which means that now, even like with just a +1, the that's still a the Dauntless should be easy peasy. Picks up the mummy. Though to be fair, if you're doing that, why did you pick the white blitzer up? Like that just seems kind of pointless now when he could have been made like free. Maybe he picked up the white blitzer before he had, like, he did take a long time to think about what he was gonna do next. So, and just by the way, note already 3 minutes gone for HLiNiC on off of the reserve time. Yep, Dauntless work out. Down goes the big bad Saurus. Does not follow that up, in fact. No armor break. Did move the Dauntless zombie forward to screen. Ghoul runner moves forward. Tackle pro zombie moves forward. And now he develops his cage forward. Okay. Sure. Ball carrier, wrestle skeleton. Okay, so goes for the first foul of the game, which is on the niggled Saurus. Manages a stun, no ref interference. Alright. Picks up the Croxy. I wonder what Pybot is going to do. Like, I would not be surprised if his primary concern... Ooh, okay. Interesting. I mean, cancels out the assist there. He doesn't assist anyone anyway, but cancels him out as well. Which means that he can take a 2-die blitz here, and like... But, yeah, okay. Instead of taking the 2-die blitz, he takes the regular 2-die with the block guard. Saurus only gets a push. Where does he push? I mean, if he wants to use his blitz, he just pushes him there, and then he can still get a 2-die blitz with the Saurus on the ground. But I don't get this. Like, is this Pybot just wanting to try and deal damage? Okay, interesting push location for the mummy. Picks up the Saurus block, like just picks up the Saurus blocker. Then he goes for a blitz on the other mummy in the center with the Saurus. Only manages to push there as well. I guess this is Pybot just like going like, yeah, I don't really care if you score. I'm just gonna try and deal damage to you. Because but I mean he's literally just like that definitely take that 2-die block. You probably should get the skinks away from the white blitzer there. Yeah, Pybot just seems to be, I guess, safeguarding his team and trying to inflict damage himself. I think. Yep, he just instantly goes for that 2-die. I don't think that should have been the first thing that you do. But down he goes. No armor break. Okay, now what? Now what? Again, HLiNiC is taking a lot of time. A lot of time thinking about his moves. Goes for a blitz on the Saurus blocker with guard in the middle. Manages to take him down with the mummy. Does not follow that up. No damage. No damage inflicted. I assume he didn't. Yep, he just walks there. Like, moves the rookie white forward. Okay. Good. Moves the dauntless zombie forward just slightly. Tackle pro guy forward slightly to the right with the ghoul runner. I'm gonna assume skeleton lineman runs over there. Okay. I mean, I guess this ghoul runner runs over there then. Yep. Picks up the good white, brings him over. Yep, goes for a foul on him. That's a dead Saurus. The best of the lot. Instantaneous Apo. MNG. Still out of the game. Still out of the game for Pybot, but at least he's not dead. Goes for the dauntless. Unfortunately, sorry, not goes for the dauntless. That was Pybot taking the 2-die there. Goes for a blitz on the rookie white. Manages to take him down. Follows that up. Gets a KO out of it. Like, that's the thing. Is that, like... I don't... Like, Pybot, I think, would have been just better served trying to actually defend. Goes for a dodge into a tackle zone, question mark? Yeah, he picks up the Saurus and... No, that has to be a misclick. Like, that has to be a misclick. Like, he did it too fast, and he accidentally clicked to the right of the guy rather than just double clicking. And yeah, he's not using a team reroll on that. He rolled a 5, so had that not been into a tackle zone. But yeah, no, I think if Pybot had just tried to defend normally, like, he would have actually been like I think HLiNiC would have actually been in trouble. Like, well, I mean, I like the development, like the aggressiveness here, but then once the thing's turn and once he start moving the ball, then just regroup, like reestablish your defensive lines. But now he's just, and especially with that, okay, fails the pro, so only gets a push on the Croxy still. Pushes him onto the ball carrier because the skeleton lineman can still take a two-die swing there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's always, it always sucks when you do an accidental misclick that ruins the turn that you were having. Has happened probably to every one of us at some point, that you do, like in a cyanide game, that you do a misclick and something terrible happens that you didn't intend to. Mummy makes his way over to the line of skinks and tags 3 of them. Mummy moves up, tags the Saurus blocker there that failed the dodge. I would imagine that this zombie lineman just makes his way over to tag Golden Dash there. Maybe? Who knows? Yeah, I would probably just make the GFI to tag him there. Yep, goes for the 2-die. Did not go for the 2-die with the skeleton, which slightly surprises me. Pushes the Croxigore once again onto the ball carrier, as he does take him down. Doesn't follow that up with the ghoul. No armor break. Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is that this block here, taking the 2-die on the Croxy there, that could have gotten really, and I mean really awkward if he didn't actually manage to take down the Croxy. Just moves him over there, which I also don't agree with. Goes for the 1-die, takes him down. Okay, sure. Follows him up as well. Interesting. No armor break, and it's over to Pybot. Starts with punching the Dauntless Zombie there. Does free up his block guard Saurus. Doesn't follow that up. No damage. Block guard Saurus gets up, comes on over to the Mummy. Is that enough? 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he needs one more assist for it to be a 2-die. Which, I mean, I think probably just the Skink Runner here. Like he's gonna blitz with this Saurus blocker regardless, so I don't think this the wrestle kick Skink is going to be doing any blitzing or is anyway relevant. So just move him over to assist. Probably would have moved him there, but only manages to get a push. Okay, that's... Yeah, I don't agree with that, like, at all. I don't think that was the correct... Like, that was certainly not the correct place to push him. I don't think. I think it would have been better served just pushing him there, and now he has... Okay, so he takes the... Okay, and that... Yeah, cool. Well done. You've wasted your blitz. You've gotten no closer to the actual ball carrier. At this point, right? At this point, he's not even scoring quickly, and you're not putting pressure on him to score quickly. Like, this is not... Is he just, like, is he that mad? Wait, what? Oh, okay, so... it has a skull there, but it has an MNG here. So I assume it's the MNG that he picked, but that, like... I was like, wait, what? Is he frustrated because, like, is he that frustrated because he lost his best Saurus? And I looked over and it had the skull on there, and I was like... okay, that, I mean, did he accidentally also pick death? Then I would understand it, but... like... I mean, I think that Pybot's, like, Pybot's play here has been just, like, he's been half-assing it the entire time. So, like, after the initial aggression here, which I think was brilliant, like, what was the correct play to do. And now he's just, I think, half-assing it. Like, he could have stopped this. He absolutely could have stopped this, and he could have made life difficult for HLiNiC. But he's just choosing not to. Yep, picks up the Dauntless. He gets to tag that. Guard Saurus goes down to the wrestle skeleton. I mean, he might also be frustrated with the whole dodging the Saurus blocker into a tackle zone accidentally, I assume. Which, again, like, it happens to the best of us, but even just, like, his tactics, I think, like, what seems to be what I assume is his plan, just, I don't think it was the correct one to go for. Finally gets a hit on a skink with the dangerous white blitzer, and doesn't even manage to break armor. Just keeping him safe. Fine. Just sideline him. Wait, never. Like, sideline him entirely from this half. Yeah, that's fine. Just keeping him safe because he couldn't put him on the bench because he only has 11 players. Yeah, fine. Just keep him as far away from danger as possible. That I think is would have been acceptable. But, like, he's just, like, what is the purpose of the Croxigore being here if you're not actually going to like follow up on that? And why, like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird that he sort of like goes for the aggressive play. The aggressive play didn't pan out, like, excellently for him, in the sense that, like, well, it didn't call, like, the Undead didn't have a turnover. The Undead didn't have, like, he didn't get to try and get the ball or even get a hit on the ball carrier. But, like, he put a bunch of pressure on the Undead. And then he just stays here in the middle in this area to brawl. And then he loses the brawl. And then he slightly hinders the ability of the Undead here. And then he's still just brawling away here. Yeah. It feels like he just, like, he didn't commit to any plan. Or if he committed to a plan, he changed his mind in the middle of it. But yeah, brings the Super Skink over to takes a blitz on the skeleton lineman with Niggle. Doesn't manage to do damage to him. Picks up the Saurus blocker next to the mummy there. Picks up the rookie skink. Will get a 2-die on the other mummy. Down he goes. Will also get a... Doesn't follow that up. Makes sense. Will get a 2-die on the dirty player zombie. Only manages a push. I assume he doesn't follow that up. Yep. Just pushes him next to the Saurus blocker with block guard. And then he's got this skink runner here. Ooh, and okay, Croxy goes bonehead. And he moves the skink runner into contact with the zombie lineman for some reason. Alright. Picks up the dauntless zombie, takes a shot at the niggled Saurus with the mummy. Picks up the wrestle skeleton lineman. I'm gonna assume it's like he's probably just blitzing one of the skinks. I was thinking that maybe he goes for a mummy blitz, but like that's 2 GFIs for the mummy, and then like what, mighty blow into Sora's armor seems. I mean, if he can remove a Sora, great, but yeah, I don't think like it would probably be here if he does, but I think he's just better served, I think, by going after like bronze here. Moves the Tackle Bro zombie slightly forward and to the left. Still keeps tagging the Croxigore. But yeah, HLiNiC is in no real hurry, I don't think, to score. Like, I don't think he, like, there is always the chance that the skinks, like with their massive movement and their stunty dodging, will come in. Okay, so he does, in fact, he's gonna go for the mummy blitz instead. Keeps the white, like the tackle white blitzer over there. Okay, moves him there. Moves him there. Ghoul runner stays there. Yep. Seems all sorts of reasonable. Picks up mummy, fails the GFI. Does make the GFI. Does make the GFI to hit the super skink. Takes the both down. Down goes super skink. Not even an armor break. Are you gonna... I probably wouldn't take that. Okay, he takes the 1 die. Only manages to push, but that's fine. Surprised that he follows that up. Like, the Saurus is just gonna punt his ass, and then he gains... Like, he gains a movement, like, a square of movement for the wrestle kick guy. Or the rookie skink at the very top, but I don't think he needs that. Takes down the dauntless zombie once again. Gets a stun for it. Gets a stun for it. Goes for a 2 die on the skeleton instead with the Saurus. Takes the both down. Wrestle is being engaged. So yeah, does not look like to me that Pybot is going to be trying for the ball carrier. Wrestle does get used. Wrestle gets used on the dirty player zombie. Picks up the super skink. I assume he's gonna bring in the Saurus. Yep. Takes a 2 die with the Saurus blocker there. Takes him down. Will have an additional assist. Gets a stun on the mummy. Will have an additional assist on the other mummy, and that's probably where he's going to be blitzing. Yep, brings in the rookie guy. Goes for the blitz. Down goes the other mummy as well. No damage. Proxy gets a hit on a... Well, he doesn't. Surely you reroll that, right? Like, you have 3 rerolls, my guy. What are you, like, I mean, he's saving them for the 1 die. Goes for the foul on the mummy. Doesn't even manage to get through the armor, and no ref interference, so that's good. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, HLiNiC walks in the score. I don't think he should be taking anything else. He's going for a hit on the... Why? Like, why tempt fate? Like, it's not like double skulls into double skulls is an entirely new phenomenon to this player, but... Down goes Croxy. Gets a stun for his efforts, which is irrelevant. And then goes for the walk-in. 1-0, HLiNiC. Pybot will certainly the KO'd white recovers, and obviously no KOs for the lizard. Still the skull there, which again is an MNG actually. I think. Like I assume the game just has a like the icon that stays on top of the player is just like the one that the initial injury. Like the game for whatever reason doesn't change it in case you get like for like an Apo changes that to something else. But it definitely looks ominous that there's just that skull there when it's actually MNG. So, but yeah, 1-0 HLiNiC. Pybot has more than enough players to attempt his one-turner with the Super Skink. Like, he's got movement, he's got sure hands, he's got movement. Well, I mean, the sure hands in this case probably don't matter, but he's got movement, 9 sidestep. I don't think, like, he has no stand firm on the undead. So, yeah. I think that's a pretty decent shot of him at least getting the push that he needs. The real problem is gonna be, I mean, he doesn't have enough tackle. Well, I mean, he's got 3 tackle though. Like he can cover a lot of the line with tackle. Wait, what? Excuse me? Like, why is he there? I mean, I guess he didn't want to put any useful players in danger there. But, like, surely he should be, like, here. Yeah, I don't... It's an interesting formation. It's definitely an interesting formation. Like, he's forcing him to take more dodges. Like, I think if he wanted to go for this sort of formation, put him there, I guess. But how does Pybot actually do the one-turner? How does he do it? He does it by pushing this mummy. Gets blocked here, gets pushed there, and then he takes a blitz from here, push there. Right? Well, he's not going for it, but right? Obviously, the Croxy shouldn't be the one taking that block, but... Right? That would work, right? Push him there. Skink is there. Goes for the blitz from there. Oh, never mind. Skink needs to be here. Which is fine. He sidesteps here. And then he can even set up for a block from here to there, and to push onto the Skink. Maybe. Need to get somebody there though, which he absolutely would, on the assumption that he manages to make that up, like he follows that blitz up. Yeah, but he's not going for that play, so we'll see what he comes up with. Pitch invasion hits 3 undead players. Zombie, the big blitzer here. I mean, why is he... Huh? Okay, so he goes for... Okay, he goes for that. Gets the push there. Cool. Ball is already on the Skink. I mean, he definitely, like, needs to take him down. Like with that push. Okay, moves him there. For reasons. Why did Pybot... Like, was Pybot... Like, I think that was like the frustrated emoji from oh, and that doesn't help. But he's still fine. Yep, he's still fine. Goes for that block, manages to take him down, manages to go for the dodge. Dodges him there. Okay. Or, well, sidesteps him there. He should not have done... I mean, he could have gotten, like, one more off of that. I mean, I guess he's just fine with that. I think he could have gotten one more. I'd go for that block first. Fails the GFI. The team rerolls it. Makes the handoff. Like he could have gotten. I think he could have gotten one more step. So he wouldn't have, like, he would have one less GFI to do. Like fairly easily, I think. Like this skink could have literally just ran over there. Makes the dodges. Fails the GFI. Team reroll. Still fails the GFI. There was a tripwire on the end zone. Pybot does not manage to make the one-turner. He came as close as he could. But a double one is a double one. No damage was inflicted on either team during that one-turn attempt. So we go into the halftime with HLiNiC in the lead, 1-0. Must be probably breathe a sigh of relief there. Now the question is, how is HLiNiC actually going to defend? I think it is in his best interest to be super aggressive. Like, because again, I don't think a 1-1 draw like serves either coach well. But Pybot is in front of HLiNiC by 1 point at this point in the rankings. So if he goes for the 1-1 draw, like that's more reasonable than HLiNiC going for the 1-1 draw. Because, like, okay, he's got, what, I think he has like 12 points at the moment, so he goes to 13. There's still 2 more games left, so he's definitely in striking distance, but I like HLiNiC going from 11 to 12. Like, I think that's a lot more awkward for him, even if he wins the 2 other games that he has left. So if I was HLiNiC, I would probably go for a very aggressive defense style. He goes for the standard defensive setup. Pybot is putting his Sorai and the Croxy on the line as expected. Let's see the kickoff. Cheering fans, Snuggle Dusters, available against Mighty Blow +1. A Saurus just happens... Alright, I mean, Pybot can be quite happy about that. Pybot gets a Mighty Blow +1 on one of the Saurus. Yep, gives it to this guy. Makes sense, because he wants him to get that 2 SPP just to get him that second skill up. He's got blocked, the zombie doesn't. Down he goes, no armor breaks either side. Croxy goes bonehead. He has suddenly turned very uncooperative. Goes for a blitz on the dirty player. Only manages to push the zombie lineman with Tackle Pro as well, and just shrinks back. Brings the wrestle kick and the rookie skink over. Goes for the pickup, I assume. Unless he wants to... Okay, he moves this source first. Just covers that, screens that up a little bit. Alright. Let's see the pickup. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. I'm not sure if Pybot is... Like, just by, like, what I know, like, or what he seems like as a coach... From what I've observed during this season, I don't think Pybot is gonna go for a quick score. Like, I don't think at this point, I don't think Pybot is going to be looking for the win. I could certainly be proven wrong on that, so like, it's absolutely no guarantee, but I don't think he is. I don't think he's inclined to do that. Just as a coach. But we shall see. And we are definitely looking with interest whether or not HLiNiC is going to is at least interesting. He's at least going into aggressive contact there. Goes for a blitz on the Saurus guard blocker in the middle. Only gets both down, so nothing happens on either side. Now the mummy's in a bit of a sticky situation there. That is a bit of a sticky situation that he now finds himself in. Like, I don't think he was in a great position even if he managed to take him down, but now he's even in worse because, like, there's no guarantee. Like, there's no guarantee that the Croxy remains uncooperative. But so Rookie White moves to the left, screens that out a little bit. Moves one of the block ghouls to the left as well to form a second line of defense. Okay, that mummy moves in to the middle as well. Tags the block guard Saurus. Dirty player moves to the right. The good white keeps in the middle. I assume he just shuffles one of these ghouls a little to the left. Okay, surprisingly forward with that ghoul, and then he keeps the wrestle tackle guy. Interesting. Down goes Dauntless Zombie, no damage. Interesting. So, HLiNiC did go aggressively into contact with Pybot, but I wouldn't call this super aggressive on his part. Obviously, he might want to see what happens. He might wants to see what happens on Pybot on this turn for Pybot, like, because he had no shot at the ball carrier. He didn't really even have a proper shot at any of the skinks in the cage there. So yeah, I can understand being somewhat cautious. Goes for a mighty blow hit on the ghoul. Gets a skull bow down into a greed reroll of a skull push. Okay. Then moves into contact with the mummy. Moves in contact with the Dauntless. Takes down the Dauntless with the block guard Saurus. No armor break. I mean, the Croxy has to make, like, has to function here. And that's not what you want to see. Reroll gets through the loner, and it's a seriously hurt on the Croxy. Oh, it's an MNG. But that's... Yeah, that was... No, I don't think any of that was really correct. I mean, not like he got unlucky there, certainly. He got unlucky there, most certainly. Like, no question about that. And I mean, the Croxy just failing there is, like, shouldn't have happened, but it did. And even with the reroll, he gets yeah. Damn. Pro works for the zombie, takes down the block guard guy, follows him up, which means that the mummy gets a 2-die on the Saurus blocker here. Yep, takes him down, and this gives him a straight shot with his big blitzer at the super skink. Has to be scary for Pybot. Takes a not exactly the most important block in the world with the mummy, but goes for it anyway. Takes down the Saurus blocker there. Yeah, honestly, like, if you were gonna, like, go for, like, all of those blocks, just move the skink into safety, like, just in case it fails, especially when he was down to, I need to rely on the Croxigore not fucking up. I think at that point you go for, yeah, okay, the skink cage probably should get out of reach of the enemy. Moves into contact with the wrestle tackle guy, moves into contact with the white. Surely, yep, he team rerolls that rather than pro. Only gets push. Like this is Pybot has to be sighing with relief here. Like that would have been, like, especially if the skink got injured there as well, which was a, considering, you know, tackle mighty blow, like, could be a very big possibility there. Like, has to be relieved that didn't happen. Sidesteps over there, which does mean that he's got, like, an easy escape route, which I don't think HLiNiC can. I mean, he can kind of block it by this ghoul moving here. And it's still gonna be like he has to go for a 3+ dodge with only one team reroll for assistance there. So not great. Obviously still not very great for Pybot. Okay, so the ghoul doesn't go to try and stimmy the movement. He goes for an additional assist on the Saurus blocker there. It's gonna get fouled by the dirty player, zombie. Here he comes. No damage. No ref interference. Okay, yeah, I think Pybot, this is one of those cases where you just, I think you just start with the 3+ dodge, because you really need to make that 3+ dodge. Okay, you instead start with the 2-die, which is like, all right, sure, but I think the 3+ dodge was still probably the better starting point. But yep, takes down the dauntless zombie, no damage. I'm gonna assume, yep, he's just gonna run as far, apparently not as far as he possibly can, but he makes the 3+ dodge, doesn't need the team reroll for it. Can go next to the sideline, no problem, because he's got sidestep, and it's not like his opponent has any stunties on. Picks up the Saurus blocker over there. I imagine he just picks up that. Fails to dodge there. Uses his last team reroll. Does manage to make it. Yep. Completes the cage as much as possible, which was very important. Picks up the mighty blow Saurus off of the ground. I mean, he will just get his ass punted. Makes the 3+ dodge with the skink. Gets him in the way there as well. And he's got this skink. It goes for the 1-die. Manages to take down the zombie lineman. Doesn't follow that up. No damage. And then he's got this skink in the middle here. I would probably, like, at this point, like, he's kind of desperate, so dodge there, dodge there. Nope, he goes for the easy, like, the get me away from the tackle dodge, and he fails it regardless, so. I mean, okay, he actually goes for the mummy block there. That's interesting. That's very interesting that he would go for the mummy block there. I think that was the wrong call. I think freeing the mummy was probably better than freeing, like, this zombie lineman. But then again, he does have block on the mummy rather than. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the safer block. Unfortunately, doesn't manage anything with it. Both standing there looking at each other menacingly. So I would imagine that he now just brings the rookie white blitzer here so that he can get another 2-die there. I mean, he definitely also should just pick up the zombie lineman here. Like, it's not like he's dodging away to do anything. And I doubt that he's going to be blitzing this skink. Yeah, once again, HLiNiC taking a lot of time. A lot of time thinking through his actions. He's down to less than 1.5 minutes, actually. Okay, moves the ghoul in front there. Also brought in... Yep. Takes down the Saurus. Follows up with the dirty player. Brought the other Dauntless zombie over there to tag that. Picks up the Dauntless zombie there. Okay. So now's the question. I think this ghoul... Like, I don't think he's blitzing this Saurus blocker. I don't think that is his blitz target. So I think this ghoul runner should probably go there. Ghoul runner goes there. Okay, he goes there instead, which is... Alright. Fair enough. I think this zombie should just run over there. I don't think he does a GFI. Probably over there, actually. I don't think he wants to do a GFI to get into contact there. He goes for the blitz instead. And he does, in fact, go for a blitz on the Saurus. Interesting. I mean, he's walled off the lizards pretty well. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to take down the Saurus blocker. Okay, makes the GFI to get next to the wrestle kick guy. Brings in the rookie white to the center to act as sort of something of a safety. Manages to take down the block guard Saurus. Brings in the tackle guy. Does actually make a GFI to get him where he wanted him to be. Okay. Yeah, not a great situation for Pybot overall, but I mean that has been kind of certain for a while now. So that's a 1 die there. 1 die with no reroll. Picks up the block mighty blow. Saurus. He's got those players still available. This guy's kind of pointless at this point, but I mean he probably just makes the 3+ dodge at some point, on the assumption that he doesn't suffer a turnover. Yep, he goes for the 1 die with the Saurus, manages a push, which is good. He gets the tackle away from the ball carrier. Surely you follow that up, right? And punt him over there. Like, I think Pybot's only real option here is to run backwards with the super skate. Like, I think he just needs to accept the fact that, like, retreat is the correct option here, because, like, again, it's not like HLiNiC didn't leave anyone. Like, that's kind of what surprised me, that he brought the white blitzer, like this guy over here. I think he would have been better served with, like, either, like, just bringing him here to sort of screen this off just in case Pybot decides to go backwards, or stay here, right, to also like threaten any potential retreat by the lizards. And he goes for the 3+ dodge and he fails it. So I think Pybot there, like, I don't know what he was thinking there. He went for a 3+ dodge there, which is like, why would you go for a 3+ dodge there in the first place? Like, why not 3+ dodge there? Because, like, this was at no point was that square the square that skink wanted to stay in. Takes down the skink there. Which means that, like, this skink runner is gonna get shunted into the crowd with the ball, even with sidestep. Yep, out he goes. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is HLiNiC is going to, and that's badly hurt. I mean, He saw the injured first, and he was probably not feeling great about that. He saw the badly hurt, and he can like, that's the silver lining. The ball throw from the crowd is very good for the undead, and I'm pretty sure that essentially seals the game. Takes a swing at the Saurus blocker there. Doesn't manage to take him down because both players have block. Yeah, what was that? What was that dodge? Like, why dodge next to the white blitzer with tackle mighty blow? Like, what would that accomplish? I'm just thinking about that, like, and thinking about it, like, how does that help? Like, was that actually intentional, or was that actually just a bad spot for him to dodge? Like, I'm just trying to think of any reason that he would dodge the skink runner there instead of dodging him there and then like there. If he wanted to get an assist on the goes for a foul on the other skink, the wrestle kick skink. Manages to KO him, takes down the block Saurus with a nickel on him. No damage. Honestly, Pybot, yeah, probably, yeah, just try to get your 2 SPP on the Saurus blocker that got mighty blow, and try to preserve your team as best as possible. No, he's just staying down, and I'm pretty sure that, like, after this guy goes down, he's just gonna keep him down as well. But yeah, no, I think Pybot has come to the same conclusion, I think, as I have, that this battle for him is lost, and so he's just trying to get as much out of it as possible. I mean, with already like 12 points, this doesn't. I don't think this straight up scuppers his chances of winning the division yet, but it certainly diminishes them greatly. Doesn't manage to take down the Saurus blocker there. Okay. On the assumption, obviously, here that he loses, which I feel is it seems fairly likely at this stage. But anything can happen. It's Blood Bowl after all. But yeah, he's not. I don't think he's out entirely. Though that could still change because not all games this match day have been. So the super white goes for the blitz. He manages to take down the Saurus blocker. No damage to be had. I'm gonna assume that there's gonna be a kicking for that particular skink. No, he's gonna go after the Saurus blocker with block guard. Yep, makes sense. Gets a stun. The ref has been blind, by the way, so has gotten quite a decent amount of use from that dirty player. Goes for the one blitz that he's going to take every turn. Only manages to get a push and tries to get away. Fails to GFI to get properly away. And I think at this point, like, I don't think Pybot is even, like, I don't know, maybe HLiNiC is going to give him like a 1 die or potentially even like an easy 2 die for the mighty blow guy, and then he's gonna go for it probably. But yeah, I mean, the dice have not gone Pybot's way. I will grant him that. I think he's gotten the worst of the dice. But I do also think that HLiNiC has been the better coach in this match. Like, I think Pybot made several mistakes. Which cost him the game. And with the dice not helping. Oh, he's definitely not giving him a 2 die with that particular Saurus. Is he gonna go for an actual foul on him, or is he just? He's gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna go for a foul with some GFIs to make it, just to rub salt in the wound on a guy who failed to make that GFI. Only gets a stun, but that's fine. Yeah, Pybot probably just ends turn here. I mean, he might go for it. Like he can try to get some SPP over here. Yeah, might as well try. Just, I mean, look at that. Like, that's that's 3 2-dice blitzes in a row, and he's gotten nothing but pushes. So, again, the dice hasn't been on his side, certainly not, but I do also think that he unfortunately made more mistakes out of the two coaches in this game. Like, the most devastating mistake was definitely what it was, the Saurus dodge into a tackle zone, which I, again, assume was a misclick, rather than part of some cunning plan. Okay, goes for the 2-die with the Dauntless Zombie. Manages it. Does actually just... Okay, interesting. I mean, he's... Like, you've got 2 rerolls, HLiNiC. Why wouldn't you reroll that? He's just going for a nice little gang hug on Mighty Saurus again. Gets a KO. Still no ref. Like, how many fouls has there been and no ref? But yeah, turn 16 for Pybot. I don't... Sure. Manages to take down the Dauntless Zombie. Doesn't manage to get anything out of it. Just moves him not to get surfed, but I don't think HLiNiC would have tried. Maybe. I mean, he's got rerolls, I guess, but... Yep, he just walks in. 2-0. HLiNiC, bunch of gamers, win over Pybot in the 3rd place versus 4th place. And this propels him to, I believe he was at 12 points. No, he was at 11 points, so he is compelled into 14 points, which I think ties him with Tis123, who's, I think, at 2nd place at the moment. Though I don't think... Tis might not have yet played his game this match day, but congratulations to HLiNiC. Commiserations to Pybot. But as I said, like, it was an interesting game. It was certainly an interesting game. Definitely, both coaches definitely played differently, like certain situations and certain choices differently than I. But yeah, at least, like, the silver lining there is that no damage was inflicted on Pybot's team. Like, the Apo actually saved the death of his best Saurus. I mean, sure, he's going to be... He's not going to be there for next match, which is absolutely a bummer, but hey, at least he's not dead, right? And he didn't suffer any permanent damage off of that. It's just an MNG. So, yeah, like, that's the silver lining to be taken away for him here. But with that, we are done with the stream. So thank you everybody for watching. There is still one more game, I think, to be played for match day 7. There's gonna be a stream for replays, and there's gonna be a bunch of streams for replays in the near future at some point, potentially on the same day, potentially on different days. So they're gonna be all different streams, because again, I want to, for YouTube purposes, like archive purposes, I want them to be separate rather than in the same sort of stream. So keep an eye out for that. But thank you everybody for watching. We're definitely going to see if there's any other Blood Bowl going on, any other streamers. And as I always say, good day, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning, whatever happens to be the time of day for you. Have a good one.